You know, when it comes time to upgrade or maybe even just completely replace our appliances, the whole process can be such a hassle. You're talking maybe a refrigerator, maybe a cooktop, maybe the dishwasher. It can get complicated and it can get expensive if we're not careful as well. We've got two guests with us today. They're going to help out that entire process. With us today is Tom and, of course, Robert, both of us here with Delaware Appliance. Now, you guys are going to explain to us a lot about, in fact, we've got your appliances here in the kitchen with us. But first, tell me about Delaware Appliance.
Well, Delaware Appliance is a little different in that the traditional appliance store, any type of store, they buy a bunch of stuff, put it in their warehouse, and try to sell it to you. We do the exact opposite. We ask you to come in and tell us what you want, let us find it for you. We find it's much more comfortable, much easier. If somebody tells us what they want, we'll get it, rather than the other way around. You
guys provided the appliances that we've got here in the kitchen. Tell us a little bit about some of what we got here.
Well, first of all, on the counter here we have an induction cooktop that's not really new to the industry. However, it's probably about the third generation of it. It's pretty much an electric source that's built like gas. Yeah. Very responsive. Also, too, we have a French door refrigerator.
Right.
French door refrigerators are in the now today, especially with the ice and water dispenser. A lot of people love the ease of being able to get into something like this where you can open it wide. Also the fact that our freezer is at the bottom.
Right. Okay, now let me stop you while we're talking about refrigerators. If I'm looking for a refrigerator, what do I need to do before I come in to talk to you?
Well, naturally you need to make sure you have the proper dimensions of the area that will fit the goods that you're looking for.
So then what I need to do before I come see you is, to put it simply, measure the hole?
Measure the hole.
Because otherwise there's not much you can do.
Right. Measure the space, not the refrigerator that's in it. Measure the space.
Oh, okay, so that'll let me know. Okay, so what else we got here? You talked about that. Tell me more about this range over here. Is that the right term?
No, a range is something that sits on the floor. This is a wall oven and a microwave.
Okay.
Got a built-in wall oven here, convection. It's got some really nice features. Got some roll-out shelves so that if you've got something heavy there, you can roll it all the way out. All these appliances come from Electrolux, a brand that many people know of from the vacuum cleaner days, but they're also one of the largest appliance manufacturers in the world.
This is one of the, and you were showing us earlier about these racks.
Full glide, full extension racks makes it much, much easier to work with.
That is nice, that is smooth, and I can move this around wherever I want, right?
Well, within reason. You can't put it next door.
Right. Okay, so the microwave here, this lovely little piece here. Now, there's nothing on the display, but you touch it and that all comes alive.
Correct.
So it saves my power as well.
Right.
How about that? That, you guys, I cannot tell you how fascinated I am by this. Now, let's talk about the built-in refrigerator specifically.
Okay.
And we were just talking before we actually went on camera about there are some things available now that I didn't even know about. One of them is a panel.
Yes,
you
can install panels on the front of a built-in style refrigerator that will basically hide the good to the point where you won't even see it.
There's one right there.
As we say, an integrated piece. Put cabinet hardware on it. Makes the kitchen look extremely nice.
Wow. And it's almost like you don't know what's there. Okay, so we're talking dishwashers. Can you do the same thing for a dishwasher?
Same thing with a dishwasher. Once again, put the overlay panel on, some custom cabinet hardware. Once again, hide it.
Wow, would you take a look at that? So it's important to know that the company that we're dealing with offers more. In other words, you can sell me a refrigerator, you can sell me a cooktop, but there's a lot more that comes along with that.
Right. One of the things that we emphasize, and I think most strong independent will do, is provide service after the sale. These are all machines. They're all, sooner or later, something's going to happen. They're going to break. You need to have somebody that you can call and you can fix these things. We have our own service department. Most of the big box stores, they're not going to have a service department. They're just going to say, here's an 800 number. We are the 800 number. You call us, we fix it. So service after the sale is critical, especially with so many brands now coming offshore. There are no parts anyplace. If you can't get a part, even if you can get a guy to fix it, it's not going to get done.
How about that?
So it's important to ask somebody, are the parts available? Is there a service man available? If this stuff can be fixed.
So talk to me about pricing.
Well, pricing is all over the place.
Right.
But you got to find out what's included in the price. If you buy a range, they don't come with cords.
They don't.
If you think you got a great price, but then you have to buy a cord afterwards, maybe the price isn't so great. If you have to pay to get it delivered and then pay to get the old one hauled away, maybe you didn't get what you thought you were getting.
So if I come to Delaware Appliance and I get a dishwasher, is it going to have the hoses I need?
Yes, now dishwasher will have that. However, a wash machine, typically a top load washer, not today. That is something that's an add-on.
Is that right?
And we're based on kind of like the suggestion that we don't like the oh by the way.
The oh, by the way.
Yes.
You dodged the oh, by the way statement.
There
Right.
you go.
I like that. Tom, Robert, thank you so much for coming in. Appreciate that very much. Now, if you would like to know more about exactly what's available at Delaware Appliance, you can go to delmarvalife.com and just click on the show tab. Now, up next on Delmarva Life, we're going to introduce you to one of our own, WBOC's new chief meteorologist, Dan Satterfield, and he's going to tell us about his travels around the world and what he thinks of Delmarva. Delmarva Life, life at its best, here on Delmarva.